Testing 1 2, testing 1 2 3. All right. To go. Welcome to day 3 of CVCA live streams, continuing coverage of the CVCA Hockey Christmas Tournament. Tonight, a bid in the championship game opposite Normandy is on the line. It's Whitmer and CVCA, both looking to punch their ticket to the final. Good evening. My name's Tim Nichols, and we're pleased you're with us. Please follow CVCA live stream social media contacts on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram at the handle at CVCA Livestream, and you can find out all information about current and future broadcasts. But tonight, the broadcast you're tuned into is game number 6 of the CVCA Christmas Tournament from the Dan Kostel Rec Center in Garfield Heights, Ohio. It's the nightcap on day number 3. Earlier this afternoon, Normandy defeated Twinsburg by a score of 9-2. Tonight, Whitmer and CVCA meet up for the second time this season. It's the third meeting all time, and easily the most high-stakes contest between the two schools thus far. The Royals are coming off a hard-fought, emotional contest which saw them come up just short last night against the Normandy Invaders, falling 5-3 in what was essentially a one-goal game, save for a final-minute empty net tally that sealed the victory for the Invaders. Whitmer has had a busy week on top of an already busy month. The Panthers are in position to play for the championship after defeating Twinsburg on Tuesday morning 6-2. That win followed an opening day 8-5 loss to Normandy, but the week to date, at least for the Panthers, has been highlighted by the opportunity to play on the outdoor rink last night back in Toledo. As part of Toledo's Winterfest celebration, the Panthers dropped a 5-3 non-league contest last night against Lake High School's club team. So their appearance back here at the Dan Kostel Rec Center represents the second time that Whitmer has made the 123-mile journey to Cleveland for this tournament alone. But they're a team that's used to traveling a year ago during the prior height of COVID. They had to make that trip every day when they couldn't stay in hotels on trips back here to Cleveland. The storyline tonight, though, can the Royals bounce back with the same level of effort and emotion to secure a rematch with Normandy? And can Whitmer come down off the high of playing at an outdoor night game under the lights at Fifth Third Field, the home of the Toledo Mud Hens, to put in the effort necessary to beat the Royals, to whom they lost 8-3 back in November at the Bruce Anderson Memorial Tournament in Parma? Whichever team puts yesterday behind them is best likely to be playing in the championship game tomorrow night at 7 o'clock. The Panthers are led by senior Jake Janak, wears number 9, who had 14 goals on the season coming into the tournament. And while he was kept off the score sheet by Normandy, he rebounded and tallied a goal yesterday against Twinsburg. The Royals can't simply key on Janak, however. Senior Mitchell Relford has a trio of goals for the first 2 days here in Garfield Heights. And junior Eric Kenny, who wears number 11, has double-digit goals on the season. Many of the young Royals will also have to be aware of the presence of big Derek Kantak, the 6-foot 3-inch junior, who tips the scales at 315 pounds. He wears number 73, both in hockey and in football, where he's a guard for the Panthers football team. Sophomore Lucian Rose and freshman Vincent Riley have split time in goal during the tournament. We'll see who gets the starter. Could a wild card be in play? We see that Dylan Bradley is suited up in a goalie outfit and gear as well. Bradley, who typically plays forward and wears number 13, is a second number 1 tonight, and he's number 1 wearing a blue goalie helmet. So 3 goalies suited up tonight for the Panthers, and we'll see which one of them gets to start. For the Royals, they are looking to bounce back today, and with a win, they'll get a 4th chance to face Normandy tomorrow night, but that's not guaranteed. CVCA got goals last night from Cord Steigmeyer, Nick Humphrey, and Jack Lamline, but after building a 3-1 lead, a spat of undisciplined hockey cost the Royals. CVCA took 9 minor penalties last night, with Lamline alone being sent to the box 3 different times. And then, during a wild sequence, when CVCA was trying to mount a third-period comeback, a CVCA power play turned into a 4-minute penalty kill when Captain Luke Parada was called for a cross-check. And then both Parada and Humphrey received unsportsmanlike penalties from the referee, who seemed to have tired of raising his right hand and sending players from both teams to the box. CVCA managed to kill off the 4-minute penalty, which included a brief 5-on-3 period, but could not penetrate the Invaders' defense all night, mustering just 15 shots on goal for the game. In all, CVCA was whistled for 9 of the 13 minor penalties in the game, which wasn't decided until Normandy beat goaltender Caleb Mosher, who was caught in no man's land with 45 seconds to go as he was scurrying to get off the ice before a shot came his way and he could not get back to stop it. So, with nearly 24 hours to put last night behind them, the Royals are ready to lace up the skates again tonight against the Panthers. All time, this is just the third meeting between the two schools. Whitmer won a year ago by a score of 10-9 in the Bruce Anderson tournament, and CVCA topped the Panthers 8-3 last month in that same tournament in Parma in 2021. Panthers are coached by Kevin Brown, and he's assisted by Robert Rose, Matthew Schock, and Xander Homer. CVCA's head coach is Doug Fairchild, who's in year 14 behind the bench, and he is assisted by Rich Hurdle, Mark Brower, and Jonathan Beckett. The public address announcements being made now, welcoming the fans to the arena. We're pleased to have fans in the Dan Kostel Rec Center this year. After last year, no fans were allowed by rule from the city of Garfield Heights. And the starting lineups rather. In goal is number 1, Dylan Bradley. So the third goaltender the Royals will see here this week. Jake Janek. Big goal scorer for the Panthers, gets to start at center. Right wing, number 5, Owen Gump. He's a sophomore. Eric Kenny with a trio of goals so far in this tournament. Gets to start at left wing, the junior. Mitch Relford gets to start on defense, the senior, wears number 18. And also on defense, Bradley Bernath, who plays defense, a freshman. Rest of the Panthers lineup skates to the blue line, and now the Royals starting lineup. Caleb Mosher in goal tonight again for the Royals, the freshman. Associate captain Jack Lamline leads the team with 9 goals now on the season. Nick Humphrey leads the team in points, goals, and assists, and he's starting at right wing, the junior. At left wing, the captain, senior Luke Parada. Mark Mosher, the junior, gets a start on defense. And rounding out the Royals starting lineup, number 53, junior Zach Nichols. The rest of the Royals join their teammates here at the blue line. And as the teams are assembled, facing each other, we're going to get ready to honor America with the playing of our national anthem. The national anthem completed, and we're just about ready for a big game here at the Dan Kostel Rec Center tonight between Whitmer and CVCA. And as we mentioned before, a new goaltender in between the pipes for the Whitmer Panthers tonight. It's Dylan Bradley. And Bradley has played a bit this season so far. He's appeared in 2 games, 1.5 games total. He has 2 losses to his credit. Bradley has seen 32 shots on goal and given up 6 goals, so he's got an 81.3% save percentage. So we'll see how he does in goal tonight after Vincent Riley and Lucian Rose split time in between the pipes for Whitmer earlier in this tournament. Just about ready to go. Winner goes on to face Normandy tomorrow night in the championship game of the CVCA Christmas tournament. The loser will play in the matinee against Twinsburg tomorrow afternoon. Royals 5-6-0 to enter the contest tonight, looking to get back to 500 once again. The Panthers 5 wins, 9 losses, no ties. CVCA skates right to left. Dark bottoms, white tops with the CVCA crest, royal blue numerals, and dark helmets. Whitmer in the brand new uniforms they debuted last night. Dark bottoms with yellow striping and white striping, white numerals, the Whitmer W in the crest on the front of the uniform, and dark helmets. The puck is in the Royals offensive zone, and Zach Nichols seeks to keep it in. He does and punches it in deep for the Royals, but is knocked out to center ice where Mark Mosher is on it, and he'll dump it in deep again for CVCA. After it for Whitmer is number 16, Bradley Bernath. He gets it to the near side around the boards to Kenny, up the boards and out into the Royals defensive zone, and Zach Nichols chases after it. He'll have to hurry because he's got Owen Gump chasing after him. Gump takes a fall. Nichols has it and comes out through center ice. Across the red line, Zach Nichols fires a shot and a save by Bradley. Nichols chases after his own shot, fires again. It goes off the side of the net. Lamline gives chase, and Lamline dispossesses the Whitmer player. Gets a shot off and a save by Bradley. It's dumped up and out of the zone. Zach Nichols will control, and he'll backhand it back in deep where it's controlled by Chandler Fielding. Fielding around the boards, and it takes a ricochet. And up where Mosher will corral it for CVCA. He's chased by Andrew Wishnowitz. Mosher up ice. It's tipped and into the Royals offensive zone. A broken stick there as the players try to avoid that. And CVCA pushes it up. Cord Steigmeyer was on for a shift. Steigmeyer backhands across, and he finds David Siff, who puts it on goal and kicked aside by Bradley. Steigmeyer into the corner, pressured by Derek Bradley. He digs it out, or at least he continues to try to. And Caden Ballard pushes it up to Eli Parada. Cross ice, D to D. Mosher there, dumps it in deep. Steigmeyer will chase it to the far corner. Steigmeyer has it, surveys, and he's dispossessed by one of the the Whitmer Panthers. Into the far corner, the Royals still keep the pressure on. 13 minutes to go, 2 minutes gone here in period number 1. Ballard has it at center ice. Enters the offensive zone. Ballard to his left, backhanded shot is kicked aside by the goaltender. Ballard again on it. Dumps it back in deep and cycles it down low where it's taken by Whitmer. Pushed up but not out. Shot kicked out and knocked out, and the Royals will give chase. That last shot from CVCA from Jacob Schwartzbeck all the way to the left of goaltender Caleb Mosher, and after a fast and furious start, the first stoppage occurs with 12 minutes and 34 seconds to go in period number 1. No score so far between Whitmer and CVCA. Again, Dylan Bradley in goal. Brand new uniforms for these Panthers, debuted last night on the Fifth Third Field ice in Toledo. And so we're getting used to their numbers and the New Jersey combinations. They push the puck up, and chasing after it and getting to it first is one of the Panthers. Centering pass, kicked aside by Carter Martin. Schwartzbeck, rather outward over there for CVCA, and Schwartzbeck on the near side pushes it in around the boards, and it gets back to the corner. Schwartzbeck picks up his stick, dumps it to the center, finds a teammate, and the Royals will start out with it. Through the neutral zone, and Martin tries to dump it in. He gets knocked down. It comes to Schwartzbeck, who fires in a save by Bradley. The puck came loose but the whistle blew, and he was fortunate it did. Stoppage, and CVCA and Whitmer will send on new lines. 11:55 to go, first period. Early action from the Dan Kostel Rec Center in game number 6 of the CVCA Christmas Tournament. Face off to the right of Bradley. Royals win it. Luke Parada has it. Dumps it for Zach Nichols, who pushes it in further deep. Looking for Nick Humphrey. Humphrey chases after it into the corner. He dumps it back up to Nichols, who does not keep it in and has to chase after it. And he'll go back on the loose puck. Nichols, he's got Mosher to his right, looks up and pushes it through the center. And it is collected by number 18. That's Mitchell Relford. Relford dumps it back into the Royals' defensive zone, and they play it forward. And icing will be the call against CVCA. So the Royals retreat into their defensive zone. Face-off will be to the right of Caleb Mosher. Taking the draw for the Panthers is Eric Kenny. And it's one back right on the goaltender, Mosher, who had to react quickly, or it would have been a goal for the Panthers. The Royals push it up ice, and it's tipped, but they do call icing. It looked like that puck was tipped, but nevertheless, they'll get another chance, will the Panthers. And a scary moment right there for Caleb Mosher, but he reacted with cat-like reflexes and made sure that the score remained 0-0 as that puck was right on him. This time to Mosher's left, one back to the high slot, for the point rather. Sent in and collected by Nick Humphrey. Humphrey will start out for the Royals. Cross-ice pass, angles it into the zone, and collecting it and falling down was Luke Parada, so he loses it. It goes up, and Mosher will chase it. Janak is on him. Mosher kicks it to Nichols. Nichols pushes it up, and Luke Parada has it. He'll start back to the neutral zone, and he's back-checked, and it comes back to the Royals, where Zach Nichols will get on it. Nichols dumps it further, looking for Humphrey, but he wasn't ready for it, and so it comes back up, but kept in by Caden Ballard, who finds Humphrey in the circles. Humphrey skates, centers, and it goes to Bradley, and he jumps on it, because waiting right there on the far side of the crease was Captain Luke Parada. 10:33 to go, early first period action. Face off to the right, and it's one back. Cord Steigmeyer fans on it, and it's dumped out of harm's way by Whitmer. The Royals' Eli Parada pushes it forward, and he'll get it back in a second chance. Gets it once again across the red line. Dumped in on Bradley. He puts a glove down on it. And a little pushing after the play. Caden Ballard says, hey, what was that all about? But it's about hockey. Nothing, no harm, no foul. And the face-off will be to the left of Dylan Bradley. Ballard, Kenny. Ballard wins it back. Eli Parada dumps it in deep. Matthew Porter pushes it in further. Steigmeyer had it for a moment, lost it, and it's tipped up and into the netting just in front of us. And so another stoppage with 10:04 to go, first period. Face-off right below us on the face-off dot, just outside the Royals' offensive zone. Morgan Joy gets in there, and she'll take it for CVCA. It's won by the Royals. Outward pushes for it, out skates, can tack for it into the corner, but loses it. Around the boards, it's pushed by the Panthers, kept in by Carter Martin, and dumped in deep once again to the corner by Jacob Schwartzbeck. Back around, and Schwartzbeck has it up top. Martin keeps it in. Schwartzbeck pushes it in further, or tries to. Dumps it a little bit further, and into the corner, Morgan Joy has it. Steps aside of the incoming Panther, and he pins her to the boards. Schwartzbeck comes to the rescue, but loses the puck in the process. Out to center ice, and the Royals tip it. That's Martin. Schwartzbeck falls down, but gets it in deep, and outward chases after it. It's pushed forward, and Kantak has it. Kantak dumps it out. It hits Morgan Joy. She poke checks it away from Kantak, and Schwartzbeck evades one Panther, but a second one comes off the bench and stops him. and gets it back out to the center ice. That's where Luke Parada is, and he pushes it back, and the Royals will set up. Back to Parada, pushes forward. It tips back to him, and he brings it into the zone. Parada, the captain, fires, and a glove save by Bradley, and that elicits an eruption of cheers by the Whitmer fans to our left. .8:53 to go. First period, no score so far. Shots on goal so far, Royals 7, Whitmer 1. But goaltender Dylan Bradley, who got the start tonight, has been up to the task so far. They drop the puck down. It's pushed in by Parada, but they lose the puck, the Royals do, and it's pushed out into center ice once again, where Josh Petchke puts it on goal. That worked in the last game, but that was Normandy against Twinsburg. It doesn't work right here. Whitmer coming back and into the center ice and across the blue line. Janak fires wide of the goaltender. Kenny is there, tries to center it. It goes behind the goal. Up to the point. Chandler Fielding has it. Pushes it aside, gets it to Relford, who has time and fires and scores! Mitchell Relford breaks the ice. It sounds like it may have hit the glove of Caleb Mosher, but he couldn't keep it down. Here it is again. Relford skates in and fires, and it just beat the goaltender Mosher, and so it's 1-0 Whitmer. Time of the goal, 6 minutes and 39 seconds of the first period, and the Panthers break the ice, literally, take the lead, 1-0. So back underway. And the Panthers knock it down the ice where it's collected by Connor Martin, but he's ridden off the puck and it's kept in for the moment by the Panthers. CVCA's Eli Parada pushes it up and off the boards and out to center ice where Janak has it. Janak back to a teammate. Relford, the goal scorer. He's under pressure and turns it over. David Siff tries to collect it but can't. Now Kenny has it in the neutral zone. Janak chasing after it. He knocks Martin off the puck and he's going to take a penalty, the first one of the game. The Royals are going to go on the power play, a delayed penalty for CVCA. Down goes the referee as well. Mosher still in goal. And finally the touch-up by the Whitmer Panthers. But the door to the penalty box is open, and Jake Janak is going to go in first. A 2-minute power play coming up for CVCA, and down goes the referee a second time. Hope he's all right. The penalty is interference on Janak as he knocked over Martin, and the Royals power play will take place and begin with 7:39 to go here in the first period. They drop the puck down and Whitmer controls, and they clear. Down the ice it goes, and Mark Mosher will circle and get it, but he'll lose an edge and fall down. Back to get it is Nick Humphrey for CVCA. He'll retreat and push it forward. Up the ice it goes. Parada has it for CVCA. He gains the zone, waits for some teammates to help. Stick handles, falls down, but still has it. Too much stick handling that time, and it's poked away, and the Royals will have to go chase once again. So Mosher will start out. Minute 29 left to go on the Janak penalty, but Mosher loses it. In the corner, ridden off the puck is number 15, Chandler Fielding, and the Royals see it pushed down the ice once again. So far, CVCA ineffective on the first 45 seconds of this power play opportunity. Up the ice it comes and into the offensive zone, but to no one in particular. Fortunately for CVCA, the goaltender has it, and some pushing and shoving after the play as Luke Parada was down there, down low. And now Parada, who started the whole thing, pulls back Nick Humphrey. Minute 7 to go on the Janak penalty. The Parada line with Humphrey and Landline go off. On comes for CVCA, Caden Ballard, Eli Parada, Carter Martin, Cord Steigmeyer, and David Siff. As close as we can get to the swarm line so far this year. And meanwhile, down low, the referee having some words with Relford from Whitmer. Order appears to be restored. And now, head coach Kevin Brown getting an explanation over on the far sideline. So the delay ensues as Brown is appeased, if not satisfied, with the explanation from the referee. And the whistle blows. So, minute 7 to go on the Janak penalty, 6:46 to go here in the first period. The Panthers lead 1-0, and after the face-off, it's knocked around the boards, and not able to keep it in is Carter Martin. Cross ice he goes. It finds a teammate there, and the Royals will set up in the neutral zone. They push it back. Ballard gains the zone, but is pushed off by number 11. That's Kenny, who knocks it out once again, and the Royals have to chase, and Kenny will be the first one to it. Martin gets a stick on it, but Kenny still got a weak shot off, and it had to be pushed aside by Caleb Mosher. Royals will start up again, 35 seconds to go. And offsides is CVCA as they entered the zone. In just a bit too soon was number 8, Cord Steigmeyer on the near side. And there are 31 seconds left. Face-off will be on the far side, on the face-off dot just outside the Royals' offensive zone. Lamline back out to take it for CVCA. He wins it over to Humphrey. Humphrey has it, skates to his left, evades one. Backhanded shot, Bradley has it, gives up a rebound, but then pounces on it. So there's no second shot. And the clock stops with 6:02 to go. 24 seconds left on the penalty to Jake Janak for interference. Lamline, 11, and Kinney, 11. Both take it. The draw is won by the Royals. Luke Parada goes to the corner, surveys, gets it up to Lamline. He looks back to down low to Parada. Parada looking back up to Lamline. Lamline evades and skates forward back to Parada. Parada goes behind the net, looking, pushes it on goal. It goes deep and taken over by Whitmer. Knocked down by CVCA. Janak's out of the box, so Nichols has to be aware of it. He is. Gets it forward to Parada, who dumps it in deep once again, and controlled by Whitmer, who will ice it down the length of the ice, and an icing is called as that was sent deep and into the Royal zone by Derek Bradley, the junior captain for the Whitmer Panthers. Panthers 1, Royals nothing, 5:27 to go here in the first period. They drop it down, and the faceoff is controlled by the Panthers. Up ice they come. It's poked away, but then still controlled and maintained. Janak has it. He's pushed off the puck on the near side boards, and it's sent across, and then out by CVCA. Bradley gets it forward to a teammate. Eli Parada controls for CVCA and pushes it forward. Onside this time is the Royals. Shot is knocked down off of Schwartzbeck's stick. He dumps it behind the boards and controlled by the Panthers, who send it up but not out. Schwartzbeck was all over the ice there once again, but finally it's pushed out to Parada. That's Eli Parada in the defensive zone. Up it comes once again, and knocked down is CVCA. And it comes wide open, shot and a save from point blank range by Mosher as it fell right to one of the Whitmer Panthers, and not just one, to Jake Janak, who knows how to bury it, but Caleb Mosher stared him down and won that battle as it went deflecting high into the rafters here at the Kostel Rec Center. Mosher keeps it a 1-0 contest. This one is won back and controlled by Josh Petchke. Petchke fans on it, goes back for it, and he's going to be challenged in the corner. The Royals will have to dig it out, and they can't get it out of the zone. It's pushed back in deep by 15, Chandler Fielding. Petchke on it once again for CVCA. Tries to start out, pushes it up, and finally they clear the zone, but not long. David Siff has it, pushes it forward, it's intercepted. Steigmeyer and Siff circle, or encroach on the puck, and then Steigmeyer comes away with it. Across the red line, it's poked away from him and into the zone. The Royals, Caden Ballard has it. Ballard to the corner, centering pass, and is tipped up into the netting on the near side for a stoppage in play. 3:56 to go, first period action. The Whitmer Panthers lead this one by a score of 1-0. The Whitmer goals scored by number 18, Mitchell Relford, and it's Relford who is the difference in the contest right now, 1-0. Royals win the face-off back to Mosher. Shot right off the body of Bradley, and he didn't see that one coming, but he got in the way of it and made the save. Back to center ice. It's pushed in, delayed offsides for CVCA. Derek Bradley has it, knocks it out, but not quite. And it deflects, though, to a teammate, and up ice come the Panthers. With it is Jacob Wishnowitz. Wishnowitz dumps it in deep, but a delayed offside against the Panthers, and so the Royals, Mark Mosher, has time to come out with it. Mosher evades a couple of Panthers, but can't keep control of the puck, but it does get it in and dumped in deep around the boards by Luke Parada. Nick Humphreys there in the near side corner. He takes a hit from Bradley. Dispossessed of the puck. Kantak can't get it. Kept in by Mosher. He fires. Deflected shot. Saved by Bradley in goal. Nice save by the goaltender. Up ice it goes, and this should be an icing call, and it will be against the Panthers. A nice save right there by Dylan Bradley on that shot, keeping the Panthers ahead in this contest, maintaining their 1-0 lead with 3 minutes and 3 seconds to go here in period number 1. Royals dominating in shots on goal, but trailing on the scoreboard, 12-4 shots. CVCA leading, but Whitmer leading on the scoreboard 1-0. Here come the Panthers. Eric Kenny dumps it in deep and around the boards. On the near side, it's loose. In the slot, Janak wide. Another great chance for Janak, but he couldn't get on target. He centers it. It's knocked down in front and pushed up. Kept in on the far side for a moment and fired back toward the goal. Save. Second shot. Save again. Another great chance, that time by number 5, Owen Gump. And somehow he did not score. A third shot. Saved again and knocked to the far side. A great flurry for the Panthers. Here comes a fourth one. It's pushed aside by Mosher. Intense pressure right now by the Panthers with 2:18 to go. Finally controlled by CVCA and pushed around to the far side where Eli Parada will collect it for the Royals. It'll push up and the Royals clear the zone. It's knocked down by Kenny. Check that, Relford. He gets it up to Kenny, who pushes it forward. It's intercepted. And the Royals can't move forward because Relford knocked it down. Sif pushed it in deep for CVCA, and the Panthers will retreat with 1:55 to go. Out of the zone, through the neutral zone and center ice, into the Royals defensive zone where the Royals are on top of it. They push it forward, but Cord Steigmeyer is leveled at center ice. No call, and because Steigmeyer could not get to that puck, it goes all the way down across the end line for an icing call against CVCA. And the Royals will have to defend a defensive zone faceoff to the left of Caleb Mosher with 1:44 to go in the first period. The puck is drawn back and kept in by number 6, Derek Bradley, into the near side corner, and it comes back up the right point. Bradley fires. It's knocked down by Cord Steigmeyer. He's going to feel that tonight. In on Mosher, and a goal, a second goal of the game. This one to the big man down in front. Number 73, Derek Kantak. All 6'3", 315 pounds with him, right down in front on the crease, and he got the rebound and powered it past Caleb Mosher, and the Panthers score a second goal, and they're up 2-0. 1:29 to go here in period number 1. So the Royals down 2 now will have to play from behind. The assist to Bradley. Royals into the offensive zone now. Here comes Humphrey. Fires. It's knocked down in front. And iced. Actually, it won't be iced because it was knocked and touched by Zach Nichols. In fact, it'll have to be pushed aside by Caleb Mosher. 1:10 to go. Nichols pushes it up. Looking for Humphrey. Humphrey to Lamline. Lamline gets it in, but had to evade one of the Whitmer Panthers, and it's knocked down the ice, and icing will be the call. 59 seconds left in period number 1. Whitmer 2, CVCA nothing, late first period. Goals by Relford and Kantak. They drop the puck down. Humphrey tries to control it, cannot. It's squiggles or to the near side boards, tapped off the boards, and a scrum ensues. Zach Nichols keeps it in. He fires. It's knocked down by Relford and pushed out of the zone down the ice for another icing call against Whitmer with 41 seconds to go here in the first period. Winner goes on to play Normandy tomorrow night. Normandy defeating both these teams, defeating Whitmer 8-5 and defeating CVCA 5-3 in the preliminary rounds. Face-off controlled by the Panthers. They push it around the far side boards, and getting it first is Kinney. Puts it up, but it goes to Lamline, and Lamline gets it over to Humphrey. Humphrey will chase it and backhand it, deflected in front. Lamline tried to deflect it on goal, couldn't. Fires it toward the slot, but it's intercepted. And Luke Parada takes out a defensive player, or rather a player for Whitmer, an offensive player in that case. No call once again. It's tipped forward and into the offensive zone for the Panthers. 10 seconds to go, and the Royals will try and skid out with it. They turn it over. Janak had it for a moment. He's dumped in front of the goal. No call, and Mosher to the rescue for CVCA. And Zach Nichols will take a hit as the Royals get a shot toward the end, but nothing to show for it. In fact, nothing to show for the first period as CVCA will go to the locker room trailing by a score of 2-0 here at the end of one. Shots on goal in that first period evened out toward the end. Officially, CVCA 15 shots, Whitmer 10 shots in the first period. But the important stat is Whitmer 2 and CVCA nothing as we go to the first period break. As the teams head to the locker room, one more time, we'll pause for this message from Cuyahoga Valley Christian Academy.
What is excellence? Excellence is a battle cry that you were made for more than this, in a world that is so satisfied with just okay. It's striving for greatness not only when there is a prize or recognition to be won, but in the still and quiet with only an audience of one. It's going above and beyond for others in service because our God has gone above and beyond all that we could have asked or imagined in His pursuit of us. It's diving into studies and academic pursuits, believing that the Lord has fashioned our minds out of the dust of the earth to understand and master complex concepts and the deep mysteries of the universe. It's preparation, not only for college or a career, but a life recklessly abandoning the ordinary and believing that the God who moves mountains lives inside you and will use you to turn the world upside down for His glory. A school defined by excellence is so much more than a building and classrooms. It is a defining culture, a strong imprint on a student's life in the way they will learn and grow. It is a life-altering encounter that surrounds them with people and experiences that shape who they will become. It is the foundation that they will take with them wherever they go. It is what they will see in their rearview mirrors as guideposts, showing them the way forward and propelling them to excel still more. In our lives, in our homes, in our families, in our communities, to go out and impact the world that God so loved. To shine a light on the darkest and most broken places. To be the salt to those who have lost their flavor. To bring love and healing as the hands and feet that we are called to be. We are CVCA, and we are called to excel still more.
An inspiring message from CVCA, and if you are interested in your son or daughter, your grandson or your granddaughter attending CVCA in the 2022-2023 school year, be aware that there's an open house scheduled at Cuyahoga Valley Christian Academy on January the 28th, 2022, about 4 weeks from right now. You can find out more information about the open house at CVCA on the 28th of January by visiting the CVCA website at www.cvcaroyals.org. Entrance exams are required for admittance into CVCA, and the next opportunity for entrance exams, which aren't that difficult, frankly, on February 5th and March the 5th. So, open house on January 28th, 2022, and entrance exams scheduled next on February the 5th and March the 5th. Again, for information on all those activities and opportunities, please visit the CVCA website at www.cvcaroyals.org. We're at the first intermission from the Dan Kostel Rec Center in the nightcap on night number 3 of the CVCA Christmas Tournament, and the visiting Whitmer Panthers behind 2 goals, one from Mitchell Relford and the second one from Derek Kantak, lead the CVCA Royals 2-0 as we're at the break. Royals lead in shots on goal 15-10, but new goaltender, at least new to this tournament goaltender, for the Whitmer Panthers, Dylan Bradley, stopped all 15 of those shots, and his Panthers lead by a score of 2-0. Earlier in the tournament, as we look at the other scores, on Monday, Normandy defeated these Whitmer Panthers 8-5, and the Royals shut out the Twinsburg Tigers 7-0. On Tuesday, Whitmer defeated Twinsburg 6-2, and the Royals, as we've documented, lost to Normandy by a score of 5-3. Earlier today, the Invaders had their way with Twinsburg. They scored 6 goals in the first 6 minutes of the contest, and then took their foot off the gas pedal and coasted to a 9-2 victory against Twinsburg. So the Normandy Invaders move their record to 10-0, and they'll await the winner of this contest tomorrow night. It should be noted that Whitmer did hold a first intermission lead against CVCA a month ago in the tournament up in Parma, the Bruce Anderson Memorial Tournament. But the Royals came back with 8 goals, 7 of them in the final 2 periods, and won that game 8-3. They'll have to have a similar performance tonight if they have hopes of coming from behind and winning this contest. Looking ahead, the rest of the tournament. Tomorrow is the 3rd place game at 4:30. And on Thursday, and Thursday is tomorrow. Tomorrow, the championship game at 7 o'clock. Last night, these Whitmer Panthers were at home in Toledo, and they had the great opportunity to play in an outdoor game. And here's some pictures from that outdoor contest at Fifth Third Field, where the Whitmer Panthers took on the Lake High School club team. Whitmer did go down to defeat 5-3 in that event, but what a great experience for Whitmer. Got a chance to talk to some of their parents and coaches earlier today. They said it was cold, but they had a great time and a great experience. Here's the Panthers, first night in those brand new uniforms, as that Winterfest goes on and continues the remainder of the week. A number of high school and college teams getting to play outdoor games at the home of the Toledo Mud Hens, Fifth Third Field in Toledo, Ohio. So the 4th game in 3 days so far for the Panthers tonight, and they'll get a 5th one tomorrow, either at 4:30 or at 7 o'clock. Right now, they'd be in line for a date with the Normandy Invaders if the score holds in the championship game tomorrow night at 7. Up next for the Royals, beyond tomorrow, either 4:30 or 7 o'clock, is a home game on Sunday against the Parma Redmen. That game is a regular season Greater Cleveland High School Hockey League contest. Sunday night, 7 o'clock, and we'll have coverage of that event as we do all home events for CVCA Hockey right here. A CVCA live stream production on the CVCA Athletic Boosters YouTube page. Looking at other Royals athletic events over the course of the week, CVCA's boys basketball team was in action last night and defeated the Manchester Panthers by a score of 74-47. Girls basketball played this evening against the Orville Red Riders, and it was not much of a contest. The Lady Royals 49, Orville 12, the final score, 49-12. Wrestling team was in action earlier today and continues tomorrow at the Brecksville Holiday Tournament. Swim team is in action tomorrow at the Stampede Invite in Worcester, and the boys basketball team returns to the court tomorrow in a road contest non-league event in Cleveland at Shaw. Here again, it's the first intermission, and the Whitmer Panthers lead it by a score of 2-0. About a minute to go here before the second period gets ready to start. We're waiting on the teams to re-enter the ice here at the Dan Kostel Rec Center. As we look beyond the far side, if you might have noticed on some of the broadcast coverage, the far side goal to our right, there is blue paper or tarp up on the boards that has been put in place by the city of Garfield Heights to stop spectators from gathering behind the boards in an effort to encourage social distancing. And so we cannot see through, but that is where the lobby is, and the locker rooms are just beyond that area, and that is where both teams will have to come through the lobby to enter the ice arena once again. Speaking of once again, we are going to say that we are pleased that you are with us and enjoying the coverage of the CVCA Christmas Tournament. My name is Tim Nichols, and it's a pleasure to be with you. A reminder that you can follow CVCA live stream information on any of the social media platforms, Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram, by searching for the @CVCA live stream handle for social media, and we'll keep you updated on all types of activities related to live stream coverage with associated or sorted other tweets, etc., on other CVCA sports activities. We get sight of the Whitmer Panthers. They're the first ones back as we get ready to move forward to the second period. The Royals 5-6 on the season. Panthers looking for their 6th win as well, 6-9 overall. 15 minutes is back up on the clock. And a fine job in that first period done by goaltender Dylan Bradley in those brand new Whitmer Panthers uniforms, new threads for the Panthers, debuted last night. We saw some video on Twitter of the Panthers entering the locker room over at Fifth Third Field last night, where these jerseys were hanging, awaiting their arrival, and that was their first opportunity to see the new uniforms, which they're wearing again tonight here at the Kostel Rec Center. We're awaiting CVCA's return to the ice here. Jake Janak just below us, stretching out, as is Owen Gump near the center ice circle. Second period is the long change, so Dylan Bradley skating down to the goal to our right. Puts his water bottle on the goal, and he'll stretch out as well. Royals taking an extra long time to come back into the arena. And as we glance in that direction, still not seeing any movement or activity. At least not yet. Once again, the third place game will take place tomorrow afternoon here at the Kostel Rec Center. Championship game scheduled for tomorrow night at 7 o'clock, and we'll have the coverage of both for you on the CVCA Athletic Boosters website. And we continue to wait As do you. So if you're enjoying the coverage of our CVCA Christmas tournament, let us know. You can tweet at us at CVCA Livestream on Twitter. The Panthers have taken their position at center ice, and there's no team to play with them. We still look to our right, again trying to peer past the blue tarp on the boards to see if and when the Royals are headed back. And we finally see the coaches making their way, and the team must be beyond them. And they are. So, after a long delay, CVCA so the referees and the Panthers on the ice exhibiting a great deal of patience on CVCA. And we finally see Caleb Mosher marching and leading the team toward the ice. Toledo is a long way from the Bronx, but that was a Bronx cheer if I've ever heard one from the Whitmer fans, who have been waiting maybe not so patiently as their players for the Royals to join. So, referee blows the whistle, and the Royals finally entering the ice. Nick Humphrey stands aside. The referee says, "Let's go. We've waited long enough." And the Royals with 4 and finally get a 5th one out on the ice as Lamline comes to center ice. They drop the puck and it's one back to Zach Nichols. Nichols across ice to Mark Mosher. We're underway in the second period. Mosher up ice and it ricochets and it will be played by Bradley. He might have been able to let that go behind the end line. It would have been icing on CVCA, but nevertheless, he didn't chance it, and Dylan Bradley covers the puck for a stoppage 11 seconds into the second period. And that'll cause a face-off to be taken to his left. Lamline wins it, comes back to Nichols. Nichols will poke it in deep, finds Parada, who fires. It's knocked into the boards in the corner off the body of Andrew Wishnowitz. They battle. Wishnowitz, also in there is Janak, Parada, Nick Humphrey, and finally it squirts out. Humphrey controls. Humphrey centers, actually tries to center. It's off the side of the boards, and Mark Mosher could not keep the blue line. The referee was right there and spotted it as it squirted right over, out, and then back in. So offsides on CVCA is the call. And the Royals will get a change, as will the Panthers. Whitmer 2, CVCA nothing. This time the Ballard line with Sif. Steigmeyer out for CVCA. But it's controlled for a moment by the Panthers. Back to Eli Parada, who pushes it up ice. And now to Derek Bradley. Bradley spins, gets it to Kantak. Kantak tries to push it in and gets dispossessed. Sif has it for CVCA through the legs of Derek Bradley in deep, and Steigmeyer gives chase, but it's knocked around the boards by the Panthers. Ballard pushes it further in deep, up to the point. Carter Martin shoots. It's knocked down. Eli Parada dumps it back in where Kantak is there. He pushes it up, but knocked away by David Sif. Sif controls on the near side boards in the Whitmer zone. Kantak, though, gets there and pushes it deep. Kantak about twice the size of Eli Parada. Parada pokes it up, but not out, and finally it clears the zone, and with it is Derek Bradley. Bradley circles back, shadowed by Steigmeyer. Sif gets it, puts it on goal, and the other Bradley, Dylan, covers it up once again for another save for the sophomore goaltender getting his first start in the tournament tonight. Face-off will take place to the left of Bradley. Schwartzbeck will take the draw for CVCA, but it's controlled by the Panthers and out to center ice, where Mark Mosher's on it for the Royals. It pushes it to the near side boards and gains the zone. Mosher with some speed puts a shot wide of Bradley. Schwartzbeck's on the far side, tries to center but can't. It's knocked down, and out come with it do the Panthers. Into the offensive zone, Derek Bradley. Bradley centers. Shot on goal is saved by Mosher. Relford tries to push it in deep again. Gets it behind the boards where Mosher comes up with it. And he passes it up to Morgan Joy. She clears it out of the zone, but just for a moment, delayed offside against the Panthers. It's pushed out and then back in. Penalty coming against CVCA, and it's touched up, and the Royals will go down on the penalty kill. A power play forthcoming for the Panthers, already up 2-0, and into the box goes Schwartzbeck for a trip. Time of the penalty, 2 minutes and 19 seconds to Jacob Schwartzbeck. And the Royals will have to kill off a 2-minute power play for the Whitmer Panthers, or else the Panthers will go up by a third goal if they can convert. Shot is back just to off the shoulder of Caleb Mosher, and the Royals clear it down the ice and covered by Bradley. Jack Lamline was in there to make sure if any sight of that puck was there, he'd pounce on it and try and score. But they blow the whistle instead, and so a face-off in the defensive zone for the Panthers. Lamline, both Parada brothers, out there for CVCA as the teams battle. Carter Martin is the fourth Royal. Eli Parada has it and fires back and clears with 1:38 to go on the penalty time to Schwartzbeck. Eric Kenny is pushed aside, but it's pushed up a neutral ice, and Martin has it, tries to clear it once and does a second time. It goes down to Bradley. Bradley pushes up, and the Panthers gain the zone. They knock it in deep, where CVCA goes and chases. Skating past it is Martin, and so the Panthers get a gift. Shot from the point is knocked down and knocked into the corner. Eli Parada is there through the legs of one of the Panthers. It was Janak who leveled him into the boards. It's pushed back in deep to the corner. Carter Martin there again with 58 seconds to go, pushes it up but not out, and it's pushed forward and now cleared out by CVCA. Lamline gets a stick on it and gains the offensive zone. Lamline, a shorthanded shot, goes wide of the goal. It comes out to Janak. Janak back passes, and it goes to a teammate. Panthers are onside. The teammate is Relford. He fires and a stick save. Second shot goes behind the goal of Caleb Mosher. Carter Martin is there, and he's leveled and taken off his feet by Janak. Shot is pushed aside once again by Mosher. 26 seconds to go to the left point. Janak, cross ice. Shot is on goal and kicked aside off the blocker of Mosher. That one came from Derek Bradley. Into the corner. Great pressure. Centering pass all the way through. Another penalty coming. And Lamline and Kenny are going to take additional penalties. So we'll have to sort this one out. Jack Lamline, after the whistle, takes another penalty for CVCA, and that is the Royals' bugaboo, if it were. A slashing call is going to be the first call, and I think that one's going to be against Whitmer. And then after the call, after the whistle blew, Lamline got into it with one of the Whitmer players, and he goes into the box. And so now we'll have simultaneous penalties at 10:53 of the second period. And we'll wait for the official calls. It will remain 5-on-4 for another 13 seconds, and that's when Schwartzbeck will be released. So 13 seconds remaining on the power play. So the Royals would have had a power play had Lamline not gotten into it, and they'd clear it down the ice where Bradley stops it. 7 seconds left. Whitmer pushes it up. Chasing after it is Zach Nichols, and Schwartzbeck's out of the box. We're back to 5-on-5. Icing, the call against CVCA. The call on the Whitmer player was slashing. Lamline into the box for roughing, and he does indeed cost the Royals a power play, taking that penalty after the initial whistle had blown. So 5-on-5 hockey. 10:52 is the time of the penalties, and so the two players will be released out of the box at 8:52, or the first stoppage after the 8:52 time frame goes by. Nick Humphrey chases after it into the offensive zone. It goes around the boards to Zach Nichols, who wrist shots it toward the goal. Save, a second save, and it goes to the corner where Schwartzbeck chases for CVCA. Royals down 2-0. Schwartzbeck goes behind the goal, centers. It's sticked aside by Bradley, the goaltender. Around the boards, and Nichols goes in. He doesn't get it, and so a chance for the Panthers, and a whistle, the horn. And the clock here at the Kostel Rec Center has been having issues all week. The Panthers faithful unhappy with that one. However, at 4:59 and 9:59, the clock has buzzed several times this week, so an inadvertent whistle there will cause a face-off in the offensive zone for Whitmer. And the referees taking control here and have ejected one of the Whitmer fans. And an unfortunate situation here in a high school sporting event. And the gentleman is leaving the arena. Not sure what he did to cause the referee to react so quickly. But the fans to our left have been on the referees pretty much the entire game. And they were not happy with the inadvertent whistle there. And we'll play on. Recapping, we're at 9 minutes and 58 seconds to go here in second period. The Whitmer Panthers lead this one behind the strength of 2 goals in the first period. The first goal scored by number 18. That was Mitchell Relford. He got the Panthers on the board 6 minutes and 39 seconds into the first period. The Panthers got a second goal at 13:31 of the first when big Derek Kantak pounced on a rebound and beat Caleb Mosher, and that's still where we sit. Jack Lamline and an unidentified Whitmer Panther, who we never got the number, apologies for that, are in the box. Whitmer for a slashing penalty and Lamline for a roughing call. And they'll be released just a short bit after the 9-minute mark, so there's about 1 minute and 5 seconds to go on those 2 penalties, I believe. Face-off will come from center ice. Morgan Joy is out there for CVCA to take it for the Royals. For the Panthers, Carson McClellan and Chandler Fielding having a word, and it is McClellan who will take it. They drop the puck down, and it's back to Fielding. Fielding finds a teammate, and they push it up ice, and Zach Nichols will chase after it for CVCA. Nichols is on it and avoids one of the Panthers, moves it up ice, and it's off the boards. Outward, and Joy combine and clear it out. Panthers defense a little bit slow, but they get it up ice. It's intercepted by Nichols, though. He waits and gets onside and fires, and it's kicked aside wide of the goal. Mosher fires it again and into the breadbasket of goaltender Dylan Bradley. Another save for him. He's been perfect on the night. 20 CVCA shots on goal, 20 saves for sophomore Dylan Bradley. 9:21 to go, second period. Whitmer 2, CVCA nothing. Face off to Bradley's left. Into the corner it goes and around the boards. Intended for Eric Kenny. He's got it, who pushes it up, but Luke Parada is the first one there and dumps it back in deep. Around the backside of the boards. Behind the net and up on the near side. Not out yet. Owen Gump sends it around the other direction, and on it is number 12, Hudson Bear. Bear dumps Caden Ballard. The puck is still loose in the Royal zone, and it comes out to Carter Martin, who pokes it back to Eli Parada, who sends it back cross ice to Martin. Up ice to Luke Parada into the offensive zone. He'll have to chase it. He can't get there, but it comes to Nick Humphrey, who fires, and it goes around the boards. Carter Martin will push it back in deep further. And one of the Royals got knocked down. That was Nick Humphrey. The puck, meanwhile, on the near side, loose, and Ballard skates to it. Fires, and it is still loose. Slapped at. A third chance goes to the goaltender, is knocked out, and more pushing and shoving behind the goal. This time, Janak is involved. Can't believe what's going on. And for the Royals, it's Nick Humphrey. So, the prior penalties are released. Janak goes into the box. Also going into the box is a second player for Whitmer, number 6, Derek Bradley, and Nick Humphrey goes in. So 2 penalties at 8:25 for Whitmer and a single penalty for CVCA. And the Royals will result with a power play opportunity. And an explanation being given to CVCA head coach Doug Fairchild. We wait for the penalties to go up on the board. But we believe, based on what we see, the Royals should have a power play when this is all sorted out. $8:25 to go for a second period. Whitmer 2, CVCA nothing. The Panthers have gathered around their goaltender, Dylan Bradley, the 4 that remain on the ice. The Royals all huddled up near the CVCA bench, getting some instruction from assistant coach Rich Hurdle. And meanwhile, head coach Doug Fairchild in a long conversation with the head referee. 2 minutes goes up for number 6, Derek Bradley, on the board. And here we go. Bradley gets a roughing penalty. And coincidental minors for Chandler Fielding. Check that, for Jake Janak and Nick Humphrey. Janak for Whitmer and Humphrey for CVCA. And so the Royals do indeed end up with a power play 5-on-4. Off the face-off, the puck goes very high into the rafters, doesn't hit anything, comes down. Controlled by Lamline. Looks, centers, Luke Parada fires, it's wide of the goal. Into the corner, Whitmer chases, dumps it around the boards, and up but not out, but controlled for Whitmer, and here comes a chance. Zach Nichols trying to cut off the angle, and does, and CVCA controls the puck. Up, but to no one in particular goes the puck into the offensive zone for CVCA, but they don't have it. To center ice, and a chance, a cross-ice pass, shorthanded shot, back checked by Schwartzbeck, and not much on that. And CVCA trying to control. Again, they didn't look very good in their first power play, and this one is shot in. Nichols knocks it down. It goes to the near side corner. 1:08 to go on the power play for CVCA. Parada has it. Parada chips it forward, but to center ice, no one there for the Royals. And another shot goes off the face mask of Zach Nichols. Hand is up. It looks like the Royals are going to get another penalty here. Perhaps no, they're delayed offside is what the call was on Whitmer. And so CVCA will try and push it out. Nichols pushes it forward to Lamline, who gains the zone. And it's knocked back out by Whitmer. So Parada has it. 40 seconds left in the power play, which CVCA has maybe one shot. Nichols gains the zone and is pushed in to the boards, and the puck is knocked all the way down to Mosher. 30 seconds left. Up to Nichols. Nichols has it. Nichols banks it off the boards, and it's intercepted by Kinney. Kinney skates in. A shorthanded shot is kicked aside by Mosher. Kinney gets it back, fires again, right through the slot. Nothing there. Lamline loses his stick, and he'll have to skate off. Nichols, actually, it's Parada who has it. Parada, up ice, into the offensive zone with 7 seconds left. Skates to his right, dumps it in behind the boards. Lamline got a stick, and now he has it behind the boards, or at least for a moment he did. Penalty time is up, back to even strength. Nichols dumps it back down low. It's up, and Nichols can't keep the zone once again. Caleb Caden Ballard has it. Gets it up to Cord Steigmeyer. But it's knocked back out where Eli Parada has it. Parada has Nichols to his right. Looking up ice, though. Passes it to Nichols. Pushes it across the ice. Finds David Siff. 6 minutes to go, second period. Royals a little bit disheveled here on offense. Nichols has it. Waits. Steigmeyer's in the zone. He can't get in there. Nichols trying to stick handle. Finally waits for Steigmeyer to get out. Gains the zone. Skates in. Zach Nichols fires. And Dylan Bradley is there to make the stop once again. Coincidental minors are over for Nick Humphrey and the captain, Janak. Sorry, the captain is Derek Bradley, but Jake Janak, the top goal scorer, is out of the box. But in the box goes Cord Steigmeyer. Didn't see what happened there, but a power play will ensue for Whitmer. And the official call is a slash, and so a continuation of undisciplined play by CVCA, who took 9 penalties last night, and I'm not sure how many they've taken tonight so far, but when you're down 2-0, you can't keep taking penalties and hope to get back in the game. So the Royals win the faceoff and clear the puck down the ice. Bradley plays it with his stick, pushes it aside, looking for a teammate. Caden Ballard, though, is there to pressure, and now Whitmer comes out with it. It's Janak. Gains the offensive zone right in toward the goal. Mosher sticks it aside, though, for CVCA. Minute 39 to go in the power play. Cantax up front, the big man. Janak up high to the point. D to D. It comes over to Derek Bradley. He shoots and he scores. Power play goal by number 6, Derek Bradley, and he celebrates with the Whitmer faithful and his teammates here. And the Panthers take a commanding 3-0 lead. That's how you do it. Janak had it down low, got it up high to the right point, a D-to-D pass over to Bradley, and he fired it and beat Mosher on the short side. Time of the goal, 9 minutes and 47 seconds, and the Panthers are well on their way toward a date tomorrow night with the Normandy Invaders if they can hold the 3-goal lead for the next 20 minutes and 13 seconds. We said up top which team would come out with the fire in the belly after the emotional events of a night ago. And so far the answer's been the Whitmer Panthers. Icing against CVCA. And again, we also talked about the undisciplined play of CVCA taking the penalties, and that power play bit them right in the rear. So after the icing call with 5:09 to go in the second period, an offensive zone face-off with the Whitmer Panthers to the left of Caleb Mosher. It's one back to the Royals. Mark Mosher sends it around the boards to the far side. Matthew Porter is there. Porter skates and pushes it back to the near side. It's pushed up but not out by Outward, and now cleared out. Porter chases after it, but it's poked aside by Whitmer. Back into the offensive zone. The Panthers, not much on that shot. And Mosher sweeps it aside to the far side. A battle ensues, and out with it comes Josh Petchke. Petchke to Outward. Off the boards, back to Petchke. Back and angles it forward, and icing is the call against CVCA with 4:30 to go. Panthers 3, Royals nothing. There's still time, though, for CVCA if they can get their acts together. But they're going to need to solve the sophomore goaltender, number 1 tonight, Dylan Bradley, who's typically wearing number 13 when he plays forward for the Panthers. Face-off one back to Eli Parada, who banks it around the boards. The Royals will wait for it, and Luke Parada sends it back down around the other side, where Eli will have to battle for it. He pokes it up and finally out. Lamline banks it off the boards, can't get it to himself. Humphrey has it, but Jack Lamline is way off sides. Nick Humphrey did not see him, and so offsides is the call against CVCA. 4:09 to go. Lamline and McClellan. It's pushed forward and then knocked out. This will be icing against Whitmer, although they wave it off. So the Royals will have to skate out with it. Cross ice pass, tapped up and forward by Nick Humphrey. Can't control it, though. And a huge hit and delayed offside, and one of the Whitmer players is down on the far side of the ice. Getting back to his knees. Meanwhile, Parada has it. That's Eli Parada for CVCA. And he evades a couple of Whitmer Panthers, gets to the red line, pushes it forward, still has it. Parada into the circle. Eli Parada fires. It's stopped. Rebound is there, and Eli Parada takes a hit. The Royals keep it in, though. Shot from the high slot is knocked down. Second shot by Parada doesn't get there. It's still loose, and finally cleared to the far side, out of harm's way for the moment. CVCA trying to get a first goal tonight. Shot on goal is knocked aside by Bradley. Lamline into the far side. Picks it up. He's got it. He skates into the slot. Can't get much on it, and it's covered. Actually not covered. And pushing and shoving again, this time initiated by Whitmer. And Nick Humphrey is skating away, and he's being shadowed, and he's going to go again. Unbelievable. Nick Humphrey takes a penalty for CVCA with 3 minutes and 8 seconds to go. Frustration for the Royals junior. Luke Parada, the Royals captain, getting an explanation from the referee. It sure looked like that Whitmer initiated that time, but despite what appeared to be Humphrey skating away, not sure if something was said, but he picks up the penalty. And a Whitmer power play will ensue once again. Time of that penalty, 11 minutes and 52 seconds of the second period. 3:08 to go. After the long discussion, which was pretty much a one-way discussion, Luke Parada heads back to the bench. And the call is unsportsmanlike conduct, unsportsmanlike for the second night in a row against Nick Humphrey. So the Royals will have to kill off another 2-minute power play. Here comes Whitmer, a shot, and covered by Mosher, and the stoppage will ensue at 2:54. The Royals have Ballard, Mark Mosher, Lamline, and Zach Nichols out to try and kill off this penalty. Taking the draw is number 13. Actually, it's a different player. 13 is typically the goaltender, Bradley. The Royals clear the zone, and chasing back after it is Mitchell Relford. Relford, shadowed by Lamline, gets it to Janak. Cross-ice pass, and here come the Panthers. They gain the zone. Or do they? We've got a call behind the play, and so much for the power play. Jake Janak says, "Hey, how you doing, my friend?" to Nick Humphrey as he joins him in the penalty box. It looks like a slashing call. And it was behind the play. Janak slashed Caden Ballard, who went down. And so we'll have 4-on-4 hockey for 1:34. The Royals will then have a 26-second power play. Off the face-off, the draw is won back and pushed into the zone deep by Mosher. Zach Nichols can't get over there fast enough to keep it in. He'll retrieve it at center ice, chip it up the boards, but it goes over to Whitmer, but tipped across the ice. And CVCA's outward is decked. And this may be a major penalty. Actually, it's going to be an elbowing, and it could have just as easily been head contact as Schwartzbeck, and I think I said outward, shakes his head, tries to make sure he knows where he is, and that was a dirty play. No ands, ifs, or buts about it. Number 19, Andrew Wishnowitz, led with the elbow and absolutely leveled Jacob Schwartzbeck. And Schwartzbeck's lucky he has his faculties to him. So 4-on-3, the Royals with a power play, one back to Eli Parada. Parada winds up and fires, and Bradley has the save, dropped it. Lamline was right there. The whistle blew. And a little extra activity once again from Whitmer's side is getting a talking to, or is resulting in a talking to one of the Whitmer players as Lamline skated away. Derek Bradley is getting the discussion, or the lecture rather, the captain for the Panthers. 4-on-3 power play for CVCA for 1:07. And yet it's chipped up and out, cleared down the ice by the Panthers. Chasing after it is Zach Nichols. Nichols with it, skates forward to Lamline, into the offensive zone. Lamline fires, and a stick save. That one had ice in the back of the net. It comes back to Nichols. He fans on it, and a potential breakaway, although the speed is not there for Kinney, who's pestered by Lamline and fires it around the boards. It's knocked back in, delayed offside against Whitmer, and Eli Parada will corral it for CVCA. 27 seconds to go on the 4-on-3. CVCA enters the zone, pass across ice looking for Luke Parada. It's knocked down, and in 9 seconds the Royals will have a 5-on-3 power play. Lamline pushes it in deep. It's pushed around the boards, though, and kept in by Jack Lamline. He fires. It's knocked down. He skates in further, closer. Lamline shoots over the goal. Humphrey's out. The Royals have 5-on-3 for 20 seconds. In the corner, Humphrey dispossessed, and around the boards it goes. Lamline has it. Lamline fans on it and wastes the 5-on-3. Here comes Kenny. Kenny evades. He's got a one-on-one with Mosher. Short-handed shot wide of the net. He could have finished it, and both players, Kenny and another player for CVCA, go to the deck. A player returns to the ice, meanwhile, for Whitmer. Nick Humphrey has it. 13 seconds left on a 5-on-4 for CVCA. Humphrey gains the zone, skates behind their end line. Humphrey still stick handling, hadgered by two players. Lamline in front, tried to backhand it, couldn't get much wood on it, and it slides to the near side boards where Ballard bashes into the boards. And finally, back to 5-on-5, even strength. The Royals cannot capitalize on either the 4-on-3, the 5-on-3, or the 5-on-4. So even strength, 10 seconds to go in the period. Still in the offensive zone. The puck pops up and out of play, and after all that activity, the Panthers survive the penalty time and are 7 seconds away from going to the second intermission with a 3-0 lead. And the decision is made to take the draw outside the Royal zone. Caden Ballard and Jake Jadak. They drop it down, one to center ice where Mosher has it. It's lofted high and into the rafters where it will cause a stoppage in play with 3 seconds left. From center ice, they drop the puck. It's pushed forward into the Whitmer zone, and the horn sounds. Another good period for the Whitmer Panthers. They get a goal in that second period, a power play goal by Derek Bradley, and they go to the locker room with a 3-0 lead. The Royals will have to talk it over and see how they can muster, whether they can muster a comeback in period number 3. Meanwhile, the Whitmer Panthers 15 minutes away from a date with the Normandy Invaders in the championship game of the CVCA Christmas Tournament. Second intermission underway, and as we pause here and the Zamboni heads to the ice, we're going to take a break for a message from CVCA President Jason Spodnik.
Thank you for being a part of CVCA community. I love the chance to come to you with exciting news, and I've got some really exciting news. 3 words. The first word, we are growing. The Lord has blessed in bringing people like you here to this school because we believe in the mission of educating and cultivating servants for Christ. But when we grow, we run into some problems because we need more space. Whether it's in the middle school or in the high school, we are growing, and we thank the Lord and you for that. The second word, finishing. A few years ago, we started a campaign called Excel Still More, and now it is time to finish Excel Still More. So when you look at the link below and some of the detailed information, you will find some exciting expansion in the area where I am now, in the area just outside of these doors. But even more exciting to me personally is the third word, celebrating and honoring. While we have these expansion and growth opportunities here, we have the opportunity to be able to celebrate a champion of CVCA. John Rasnick was a friend to thousands in the CVCA community. Me personally, but decades of people have been impacted by John Rasnick and his love for the Lord and His Word. This gives us the opportunity to tell his story to generations of what God can do if you humbly serve and say yes when He calls you. So take a look at the information below, take a look at the information on our website, and find out more about this exciting opportunity. We love you.
An inspiring message from CVCA President Jason Spodnik about the Finishing Excel Still More campaign, and CVCA's goal is now to complete the final phase of this campaign, Finishing Excel Still More, and to accommodate growth and create a more welcoming environment. CVCA will add space to connect the Anthem Chapel and the Tim Byerly Memorial Gymnasium, increasing capacity for visitors and students by 300. CVCA is incredibly excited to celebrate and honor our great friend John Rasnick. And while we're pleased to recognize the immense contribution that John had on the CVCA community, we're even more humbled to celebrate the powerful example of what God can do when you passionately follow Him and lead by loving and serving others, as John did so consistently. So to honor John Rasnick and celebrate what the Lord has done through his life of service, CVCA has chosen to name our new 2-story glass atrium and welcome center the John F. Rasnick Center. Construction of the beautiful facility and renovation of the Anthem Chapel is set to begin in the first quarter of 2022. It's the hope that the center will serve as a physical reminder that we're all called to live lives of selflessness, action, love, care, and intentionality toward making a gospel impact like our friend John Rasnick. CVCA can't wait to tell his life story to all who ask, as the building provides tribute to how God can powerfully use redeemed but imperfect people like us to carry the good news forward in our world. Just as John was welcoming and a friend to all, we believe this new space will reflect that same welcoming and loving spirit that was uniquely him. John's impact was profound, and it's fitting that we dedicate this space to a man whom many of us knew and loved. He'll be greatly missed, but his influence and loving service will echo for generations in the countless lives he touched. John Rasnick's life inspires not past tense, but present tense still. And we all stand on the shoulders of champions of faith that have gone before us. So let's celebrate what the Lord has done as we memorialize a life committed to following Him. And let us celebrate what God will do for His kingdom in this new space for CVCA. So with that in mind, we're asking every member of our CVCA community, alumni, parents, grandparents, and friends to take part in Finishing Excel Still More with a generous commitment today. Your partnership will enable us to complete these needed facility upgrades and additions debt-free and enhance the experience of students, faculty, and visitors today and for many decades to come. Commitments to Finishing Excel Still More can be paid over time through the end of 2024. So if interested, we'd ask that you please go to cvcaroyals.org/Finishing Excel Still More. Again, that website is cvcaroyals.org/Finishing Excel Still More. And you can find additional information there. We thank you for your prayerful consideration of this unique opportunity. And speaking of unique opportunities, not quite the same type of opportunity, but nonetheless, we are at the second intermission at the Dan Kostel Rec Center. And the Whitmer Panthers have a 3-0 lead against CVCA. The Panthers with 2 goals in the first period and added a power play goal in the second period by number 6, the captain Derek Bradley. And that's where we stand at the end of 2 today here in the game that will determine who will go on to play Normandy in the championship game tomorrow night. The only other game yesterday outside of the CVCA Christmas tournament in the Greater Cleveland Hockey League, or the Greater Cleveland High School Hockey League, that's a mouthful, was over in Parma, where the Redmen matched up with Avon Lake in the third place game of the Parma Holiday Tournament. However, we were unable to find a score for that event. I believe Amherst and Avon played for the championship in that event. Elsewhere, Cleveland Heights has been having its way in their holiday tournament, which includes Heights, Lakewood, Brooklyn, and NDCL. And Heights, I believe, has mercy ruled every one of those teams in their tournament. Although the powerful Cleveland Heights team, with their amazing first line, was shut out just before Christmas in a contest against Chagrin Falls, 1-0 in overtime. So, Normandy definitely in control in the Greater Cleveland High School Hockey League Blue North Division. 7-0 record in the division, 10-0 overall. Then you'd expect to see Heights with something to say before the season is over. The Parma Redmen are up there, and we've yet to see Canfield or Chagrin Falls, whom we'll see in January a couple times. So a lot more hockey to come, and in fact, the next divisional game is scheduled for this Sunday night here at the Kostel Rec Center for CVCA, when the Parma Redmen come to call on the Royals. The Redmen with a 4-3 victory already this season in a game over at the Reese Ice Rink in Parma a couple of weeks ago. Again, we're glad you're following along for the coverage of the CVCA Christmas Tournament. Reminder, you can follow us on social media on Twitter, Facebook, and on Instagram by looking for the handle at CVCA Livestream. Very simple, we make it for you. And you can find out about all types of CVCA live stream activities and other athletic details on the CVCA athletic programs. Of course, we also encourage you to follow CVCA Athletics on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter as well for all up-to-date information on the CVCA sports programs. We're winding down toward the start of the third period from the Dan Kostel Rec Center. And as we do look forward to the third period, the Royals are going to have to play smarter hockey. Got to look at the score sheet so far through two periods. There was one minor penalty to Whitmer's Jake Janak in the first period, but the second period saw 10 different penalties called, 5 for each team. It's one thing to be Whitmer and be up, but it's another thing to be CVCA and be down 3 goals and taking penalties. In that second period, the Royals were called for a trip, for 2 roughing penalties, both to Jack Lamline, for a slash against Cord Steigmeyer, and for an unsportsmanlike conduct. For Whitmer, they were called for a slashing penalty, a roughing penalty, a second slashing penalty, and an elbow. And a little gamesmanship perhaps going on here. The Royals returning back to the ice for the start of the third period. And if you recall, at the start of the second period, the Royals made the Whitmer Panthers wait. And now the Panthers returning the favor as the Royals are on the ice ready to go, and the Panthers have not yet returned from the locker room. So that gives us a little bit more time to thank you for following along with us and watching to the contest tonight between CVCA and Whitmer. And the Whitmer Panthers can be seen making their way through the lobby, and so they'll be on the ice in a matter of moments. Panthers entering the arena, looking to go 1-1 in these new jerseys. New uniforms. Fresh off the play last night at Fifth Third Field in Toledo and the 5-3 defeat to Lake, the Lake High School club team. So if they can hold on for another 15 minutes, they'll christen the New Jerseys with their first victory. And we've just been told that we have doubled our best viewership of the tournament tonight for this game, and that is astounding. And so thank you to all of you that are watching along with us, whether you're local here in Northeast Ohio, you're out in Toledo, or anywhere in the world that you might be. We're hopeful that you are enjoying the coverage tonight, and we're back underway for the third period. Royals down 3-0. They control the faceoff, but cannot gain the zone. In the center ice it comes, and with it is number 11, Eric Kenny, into the offensive zone, fires, and it's knocked down by Zach Nichols. Caden Ballard pushes it up ice. Nichols will control. Nichols skates forward and pushes it to Ballard, who gains the zone and fires a long shot off the face mask, and a goal for CVCA. David Siff puts the Royals on the board just 25 seconds into the third period, and that's just what the doctor ordered for CVCA off the first shift. And interestingly, that shift was started with the second line. Cord Steigmeyer, Caden Ballard, and David Siff. So perhaps CVCA head coach Doug Fairchild sending a message to his first line. The second line gets out there and they get it done. For Steigmeyer, that's the second night in a row that he's checked that. For David Siff, I was going to say that's the second night in a row that he scored. Siff actually looked like he scored last night. They gave a goal to Cord Steigmeyer. On the replay, it looked like it definitely came off a Siff, but on the score sheet, Steigmeyer had it. Here's another chance. It trickles out in front, and fortunately for Whitmer, no harm done. So the Panthers regroup, push it up ice. Zach Nichols chases for CVCA into the defensive zone. Across ice, he's got it to Mosher. Mosher evades Kantak. Up ice it goes, and at the blue line, it's kept out by number 15, Chandler Fielding. Down the ice it goes, and they wave off icing, so Zach Nichols will have to chase it. Nichols has it, turns it over, and rubbed out of that play is number 4, Jacob Wishnowitz. He heads over to the bench. The whistle blows, and it looks like it's going to be an offsides call against Whitmer. So the Royals get one right out of the gate and close to within 2. Face off to the far side is pushed. Eli Prada chases after it for CVCA, the freshman on defense. Nick Humphrey out there. He battles for the puck. It goes in deep. Parada pushes it forward to Humphrey. Humphrey has it, passes it forward to Lamline. Lamline can't get it out though, and Janak sends it back in deep. Hard shot up the boards, but comes to Janak. He passes it in further. Shot right into the belly of Caleb Mosher off the stick of Eric Kenny, and a whistle blows with 13:17 to go. So the team's assembled to Mosher's right. Face-off trickles in front of Mosher. It's controlled by CVCA, and with speed comes Schwartzbeck. Schwartzbeck fires, and Bradley corrals the puck. Dylan Bradley for the Whitmer Panthers. So with 13:09 to go, it's an offensive zone face-off for CVCA. One back to Outward, who fires. It's kicked aside. Chased into the corner by Schwartzbeck, who dumps it to the top point. Eli Prada dumps it back into Schwartzbeck. He's pestered on the far side boards, and it comes loose. Still battling. Centers, and it's knocked down in front by Andrew Wishnowitz. Round the boards to the near side. He finds a teammate. Pushes it up ice. Wishnowitz just out of his reach. and into the offensive zone for only a moment, but cleared out and right back to Wishnowitz. Wishnowitz has it and dumps it in deep, and it goes out of play actually before it gets in deep, and so the faceoff will come outside the Panthers zone. Center ice, says the referee. 12:35 to go. David Siff with a goal. Just 25 seconds into the third period. The Royals are within 2, but they've got more work to do. Ballard gains the zone. Steigmeier battles with Kenny. And Kenny gets hit by his own man, Bradley, who came in there with a load of steam. But the puck goes down the ice, and icing is called against the Panthers. Zach Nichols slips it to the referee. The Royals change lines. And we'll see what the Humphrey, Parada, and Lamline line can do. Say that 10 times fast, folks. Lamline line. Face off, one back by the Royals to Nichols. Nichols dumps it in. Centering pass, Lamline lined up but couldn't get wood on it cleanly, and it goes to the far side. Up the ice, Mosher intercepts, only for a moment though. It comes to Janak. Janak goes to the far side, sets up, gets ready, centers, was looking for a teammate who barrels into Mosher. Nothing, no call there on a goalie interference, and the Royals come out with it. Young, check that Lamline. Into the offensive zone, fires wide of the goal. Humphrey skates and can't get anything on it. Mosher comes in and dumps it in deep. It's pushed up top. Mosher gets it to Parada. Parada dumps it down low. It's covered there by Bradley, Derek Bradley. Around the boards, but back to Luke Parada. Luke Parada into the corner. Dumps it down low. Around the boards it goes, and Lamline picks it up. Sends it back to Parada. Parada tries to center. It's pushed up and tipped out, and the Royals will have to chase it. Mark Mosher on it for CVCA. Mosher with some speed, but gets it poked away. Heads up the ice, but gets back to it. Mosher into the offensive zone, but a whistle, and an interference call is going to go against CVCA, and back into the box goes Nick Humphrey. So the Royals had some momentum, but Humphrey heads back into the box for CVCA, and they'll have to kill a 2-minute power play. Face off in the Royals' defensive zone as they win it. Eli Parada has it. Around the boards it goes. Lamline's there. Tries to push it up ice, and he does. And clears it for CVCA with 1:48 to go. Back up ice to the neutral zone it goes. Carter Martin has it. And he clears it in. Up comes Whitmer into the offensive zone with some speed. Relford fires wide. And all the way around the boards it comes to center ice. Back into the defensive zone. Derek Bradley will set up. Bradley dumps it up. Finds Relford. It's knocked down by Ballard. And now CVCA clears it once again. Martin does the honors and pushes it back down with 1:13 to go on the power play. 10:09 to go in the third period. CVCA defending the blue line fairly well so far in this penalty kill. And this time it's pushed in deep by Janak. Janak circles, waiting for help, sends it up and out of the zone. And they get back on side, but only for a moment, and it's cleared back out by CVCA with 44 seconds to go. Relford up ice. It's going to be corralled by Kenny, evades Carter Martin, fires, and it drops down, but dropping on the puck is Caleb Mosher. And the whistle blows with 9:35 to go in the third period. The Royals trailing 3-1. 35 seconds remains on the Nick Humphrey penalty. Face-off to the left of Mosher, and it's a goal right off the face-off. Mitchell Relford fired it right on Mosher. And Mosher, the first time that happens, he stopped it. This time, Relford scores right off the face-off. And a huge goal for the Whitmer Panthers. Second of the night for Relford. It's 4-1. So the penalty hurts the Royals once again. Although that was just a really good play by Mitchell Relford off the faceoff. The Royals down 3. Here comes Whitmer looking for more. Centering. Janak fires over the goal crossbar. Another chance for the Whitmer Panthers. Morgan Joy tries to get it up ice. It's high into the air after it bounces off of Janak. And it goes to Schwartzbeck. Schwartzbeck now into the offensive zone for CVCA. Onside. Fires. It's chipped aside by number 6, Bradley. And covered by the other Bradley. To a big round of cheers from the Whitmer faithful. Whitmer 4, CVCA 1. This face-off will be to the right of Dylan Bradley. They drop it down, and Whitmer comes out with it. Poked ahead by Petchke for CVCA, and it's loose and pushed up. Matthew Porter has it, and Porter takes a big hit at center ice. 4-on-4. That's Jacob Wishnowitz and Matthew Porter, and Porter gets the worst of it. Josh Petchke retrieves for CVCA, pushes it up, but misses with Cord Steigmeyer. They wave off icing as Wishnowitz is there for it. Wishnowitz takes the hit. CVCA can't keep it in, however, and we've got a breakaway. 2-on-1, 3-on-1 if they hurry, but Eli Parada to the rescue for CVCA. He swoops up with it and pushes it up and out of play. Tried to bank it off the boards, but put it into the CVCA bench. And Noah Chidima, good thing he had his helmet on over there. Chidima has been out with upper body injury since the Cleveland Heights game. The Royals hope to get him back early next month. Sporting the fancy threads on the bench there in honor of the Christmas tournament here for the Royals. Royals down 4-1 rather, down 3 goals with just 8:20 to go here in the third period. Parada with the puck. Eli skates across the red line, gains the offensive zone, and finally dispossessed. Knocked down, and Nick Humphrey's there. Humphrey controlling, and he's pushed off the puck by Bradley. Around the boards it goes. Lamline tries to control it. He wins the puck. It's loose, evades one of the Whitmer Panthers, puts a backhanded shot, knocked down in front, and pushed down all the way. It's going to be on goal, and so it has to be played by Caleb Mosher over to Josh Petchke. Petchke evades a Panther, pushes it up toward Parada. He misses it to the center ice red line, and a shot off the post. Almost beat Caleb Mosher from the red line. It would have made it 5-1. The Royals forcing it there. Zach Nichols banks it off the boards looking for Humphrey. Humphrey can't get it. He does get a stick on it and knocks it back. It's knocked up and finally out off a ricochet and into the waiting hands of Schiavone. Cameron Schiavone a shift. We haven't called his name tonight. Centering pass, shot wide of the goal. Parada, far side, Janak. Janak has it, waiting. Parada dies on the ground. Now Janak fires. It bounces once, second bounce, still loose in front. And the Royals clear it off to the side where Janak has it. Janak takes a shoulder from Luke Parada. Parada tips it to himself with 6 minutes and 50 seconds to go. That's what stands between Whitmer and a date with Normandy tomorrow night. Icing the call against CVCA. And a defensive zone face-off for the Royals. So, ladies and gentlemen, watching on with us, a lot of important statistics tonight. This one is just as important. We're about ready to break into the 4th bottle of water for the evening during this 7 o'clock game. Down the ice it goes with some speed. Jared Outward can't get to it. Around the boards it goes into the corner where Whitmer will come up with it. Kenny pushes it up ice, out of the zone and out of harm's way. Morgan Joy and Mark Mosher there for CVCA. Neither can come up with it. Now Joy has it. Cross ice pass. She loses it. Chance for Kenny. Shot And a save. Second shot still loose. Swept aside by Joy. Schwartzbeck up ice. Tries to cross ice pass, but it's knocked down by Kinney. And pushed back, and Bradley jumps on it. Far side. Outward. Can't get much wood on that. And it's pushed up and out of harm's way where Zach Nichols will have to chase it. He pushes it up. Schwartzbeck. Check that. Outward is run into. And out with it comes the Panthers once again. This is Relford. Relford with some speed fires. And Mosher makes the save for CVCA. Should the score hold, once again, it'll be Whitmer and Normandy for the championship tomorrow. And the winner of that game will join past winners in 2020, the Orange Lions. In 2019, the Kent Roosevelt Rough Riders. Another save with a big, juicy rebound swept aside. And 2018, the last time the Royals won their own tournament. They are the last three champions of the CVCA Christmas tournament as it comes across the blue line. Royals with a shot and scooped up. An easy shot to be dealt with by Bradley. Another set of pushing. Cord Steigmeyer pulled aside by David Krieger, who gets a shift. Caden Ballard says, hey, head over the other way. No need to take another penalty. Not too many ticks left. 5 minutes and 14 seconds to be exact. Royals win the faceoff. Eli Parada shoots. It's knocked down in front and swept up, kept in by Parada once again. He pushes it in deep. Nick Humphrey's there, but he loses it. Luke Parada pushes it further. Back to Humphrey. Humphrey pushed off the puck, and out comes Whitmer with it. It's Relford. Relford gets destroyed by Luke Parada, and he'll head off. A tough hit, but a clean one. In the corner, the Royals. Luke Parada wins the puck. 4:40 to go, up ice. He finds Matthew Porter, but Porter can't control it. It's tapped up, but not out, and finally out. Another big hit on the boards, and penalty forthcoming. An elbowing penalty. And once again, Nick Humphrey will go into the box for CVCA. Third time tonight for Humphrey, a frequent flyer for the Royals. 2 minutes for elbowing, the call. The last thing the Royals needed with 4 minutes and 30 seconds to go, but it's the thing the Royals will get. Power play opportunity once again for the Whitmer Panthers. Up 3 and with a 5-on-4 advantage. Shot kicked aside by Mosher from Bradley. Into the corner, the Royals battle for it, and they come out with it. With some speed, 2-on-2 for CVCA. Mark Mosher has it. Mosher, shorthanded shot, kicked aside by Bradley. Siff tries to center, cannot, and Whitmer comes up with it once again. Mosher hustles back. It's pushed into the corner. Mosher rubs out the Whitmer Panther. Around the boards it goes. David Siff is there. Siff will clear for CVCA, but not out. It's pushed back in deep, and Mark Mosher will chase after it. And he's harassed by number 3, Cameron Schiavone. Still not out, and pushed back in deep once again, and it trickles in front of Caleb Mosher. A chance now, knocked down in front. Still in the zone, a minute 15 to go. Caleb Mosher swings and knocks that one down that came toward his head, and the Royals clear. Chasing back on it is Derek Bradley, the captain. Bradley with it. Minute to go in the power play. 3.5 to go in the game. They gain the zone. Janak has it. Janak shoots wide of the goal. Far side. Kenny chases after it for Whitmer, but he fans on it, but gets back and tips it back to a teammate. A line change for the Panthers. Bradley fires. It's knocked down in front. Swung on and missed. Back in another shot. Knocked down in front again. A third shot goes wide. The Panthers still have 34 seconds to go to the left point. And kept in just barely, down low. Nice job by the Whitmer defenseman there. Centering attempt is knocked down and goes behind the boards into the near side corner. 21 seconds to go in the penalty time. 2 minutes and 48 seconds to go in the game. Royals down 3. The Panthers in command. Shot goes wide and behind the net. Janak is there to corral it. Janak takes a hit from Lamline, but it's pushed down low once again. The Royals have been unable to clear. 6 seconds to go on the penalty time, and Humphrey will be released. In the corner, a battle, and Caden Ballard is leveled. No call. Ballard gets up. The Royals have the puck. Back checking, and a nice job right there by Kenny. He dispossesses Caden Ballard of the puck. The whistle blows, and I believe they're going to call offsides. The Royals kill the penalty, but the 2 minutes was probably more important, where they were down a man. Just 2 minutes and 20 seconds to go in the contest. Whitmer 4, CVCA 1. Both teams with a single tally here in the third period so far. The draw is one back to CVCA, where Eli Prada pushes it up, but just beyond the outstretched arms of Jared outward and over the end line, so it's icing, and the puck will come all the way back down into the Royals' defensive zone. Shots on goal have evened out, 30 for the Royals, 29 for the Whitmer Panthers. Face-off is won by Whitmer, but not controlled, and the Royals sprint out with it. It's Schwartzbeck into the corner, puts on the brakes, up to the point. He's got Eli Prada, cross ice. Carter Martin fires, and it goes in! A goal for Carter Martin with 1:57 to go. That fooled Derek Bradley. And once again, it's not the first line, it's the second, in this case, the third line that comes up with a goal for CVCA. Carter Martin from Eli Prada. 4-2. Zach Nichols in a conversation with the referee for a moment. And now we're set to go. One forward by the Royals into the offensive zone. Towards, actually, Luke Parada has it. Stick handling and dumps it in deep. Chasing it is Bradley. Bradley's on it for the Panthers. Pushes it up, and it's kept in by Mark Mosher, who fires. And this one is bouncing in front. A scrum of bodies in front there, and it comes out. The Panthers avoid disaster. It's pushed up, and not able to keep it in is Zach Nichols. 1:32 to go. Nichols has it. Pushes it up. Finds Luke Parada. He circles. It's taken away from him by Janak. Janak with a chance to end it. Janak centers to Kenny. Kenny, backhanded shot over the goal. Into the corner. 1:14 to go. And a huge trip right there. And a terrible call, or terrible play that is, by Whitmer right there. They're going to take a penalty with 1:07 to go. The last thing they wanted to do. Bradley has his hands up. He can't believe it as he skates over by the Whitmer fans. The referee already has the Whitmer player in the box. And I think it's Janak. Two minutes goes up in the boards, and it is Janak. 2 minutes for tripping with 1:07 to go. And they actually call roughing on Janak. And with 7 seconds to go, the Royals call their timeout. They were in a similar situation last night. In fact, they were down 1 goal, not 2. Could not decide when to pull the goaltender, and it ultimately cost them with an empty net goal when Caleb Mosher was stuck in no man's land trying to get off the ice. They'll talk it over again. Head coach Doug Fairchild talking to his team. Cord Steigmeyer, Luke Parada, Jack Lamline, Zach Nichols, and beyond that is probably Mark Mosher. Check that, it's not Mosher, it's Nick Humphrey. Mosher, Caleb that is, heads back toward the goal, for at least for the moment. Nichols heads off, and it'll be Ballard, Steigmeyer, Eli Parada, Nick Humphrey, and Jack Lamline, the 5 out there for CVCA. Check that, 6 as the goal is empty. Empty net for CVCA. 6-on-4 the Royals will go for the last minute and 7 seconds. Face-off is won by it's won by Whitmer, and they ice the puck down the ice. They call icing, but they should not have. The referee makes a mistake. Whitmer is on the penalty kill, and the Royals should have had to chase that. So that is a mistake by the referee. And the Whitmer fans who've traveled a long way cannot believe it. So the faceoff will be at center ice after the mistaken call, the inadvertent whistle. Minute 1 to go. The net is empty for CVCA. It's won back by Whitmer, and they fire it on the goal just wide. And again, as they're on the penalty kill, they can fire it down the ice at will with no repercussions. The Royals try and push up the ice in the neutral zone. They can't gain the zone. Another big hit knocked down as the puck goes down the ice. 39 seconds to go. Caden Ballard took one off, a near headshot, but he's back up. Now the Royals gain the zone. Lamline loses the puck. It slides all the way. And Lamline gets knocked over. A huge scrum and tempers flaring. And the Royals, 2 players knocking into Nick Humphrey. Nick Humphrey in a scrum. 2 players are on Humphrey. Humphrey fell over, and this is going to get ugly. Whitmer is 30 seconds away from a date tomorrow with Normandy. And the undisciplined play of both sides continues. And if this is a fighting major in the last 30 seconds that is not able to be served completely, it would result in a suspension for tomorrow's games. Into the penalty box goes number 19, Andrew Wishnowitz. Nick Humphrey has already been in the box 4 times. We'll wait for the call. Already in the box is Janak on the roughing penalty. The Royals still have 6 on the ice. Number 1, the goaltender, Bradley, gets a penalty. A 5-minute major for Bradley, and that means he'll be suspended for tomorrow. The goaltender, who got in as the 3rd man, takes a 5-minute major with 30 seconds to go, and Riley comes in to finish off the game. Check that it's Lucian Rose to finish off the game for Whitmer. And so the great performance by Bradley as the puck goes toward the goal and hits the post with 15 seconds left. The great performance by Bradley tonight is going to be wasted as he'll be unavailable for tomorrow night's championship game. Shot and pushed aside by Rose. 3 seconds left, and that'll do it. The horn will sound, and the Whitmer Panthers will advance to the championship game tomorrow night. But a victory that is marred by an ugly incident here at the end, with goaltender Dylan Bradley getting in as the 3rd man in on a ugly altercation and taking a 5-minute major. And that should mean that he will likely be unavailable for play tomorrow night. But right now that doesn't matter, as the Panthers victorious tonight, and they'll play for the championship of the CVCA Christmas tournament tomorrow at 7 o'clock against the Normandy Invaders. The Royals go down to defeat. Their record drops to 5 wins and 7 losses, and they'll get the matinee matchup tomorrow afternoon at 4:30, a rematch against the Twinsburg Tigers, whom they beat on Monday evening by a score of 7-0. Well, another exciting hockey game here at the CVCA Christmas tournament, and a little testosterone at the end, not surprising. 3rd period goals. The Royals got on the board early when David Siff scored the only goal of the night, 25 seconds into the 3rd period. But then Whitmer finished off the scoring and finished off the Royals with a power play goal and defeat the Royals 4-1. And a conversation continues at center ice. Cooler heads prevailing tonight between the Royals Brain Trust, Doug Fairchild, Rich Hurdle, and Mark Brower, and Whitmer's coaching staff. Fine men themselves. Kevin Brown and Robert Rose, Matthew Schock and Xander Homer. The Panthers faithful will go home tonight. Actually, they won't go home. They'll stick around because they've got a date here tomorrow night for a championship opportunity.